Jen Segger is midway along her 750-kilometer journey, running and biking the length of Vancouver Island non-stop. Her support crew has just picked me up in Port Alberni.
Hi, I'm Donald Peterson. I'm an ultra runner from Victoria, British Columbia. So it's Wednesday morning around 9:15, and officially the expedition started on Monday morning bright and early at the Cape Scott Lighthouse. But in actuality, the expedition started on Sunday morning at around 9 o'clock when we met at Jen's sister's place and packed the vehicles and started our trip up island to Cape Scott. So we actually arrived in Cape Scott at 9 o'clock on Sunday night. Jen and I got a couple hours of sleep and then trucked into the lighthouse and then hung out with the lightkeepers for a bit. And then around 5:30, 5:40, we started our trek back, and it's been pretty much non-stop since then. So it's, what's that, 4 times 24? 96 hours of get-go with about 4 or 5 hours of sleep total so far.
We stop on the road, and I get my first chat with the expeditioners, Jen and her partner, Norm Hahn.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, we're doing... It's a long way to Banfield. It's a long way.
How was your night?
Horrible.
Tell me about it.
I think we picked the worst route possible to get to Port Alberni. It was just massive climbing. And it took forever. So we're definitely rolling behind schedule right now. We just gotta put a solid 4 hours into this section to get to Banfield in time.
Hey!
Their support crew is waiting for them. The crew have been stopping every 10 or so K along the bike sections to make sure that they get fueled up with lots of food. Jen's mom, Bonnie, is one of her crew.
It's been an exciting adventure for me. I've never been able to support Jen in this kind of way before. I've always been the one at home sending emails and writing blogs and things, but this time I'm actually out on the road with her. And it's been quite an experience to watch this little girl in action, I'll tell you. She's an incredible athlete and making me very proud. It's worrying, of course, but yeah, she's doing amazing.
So everything's going really well overall. I can see that it's a very doable route in 4 days. I feel very confident in that. Our big issue is the West Coast Trail first crossing, the Nitnat crossing. Yeah, the Nitnat crossing. You know, we've missed the ferries for today, so we're hoping to get a ferry through the night, and we just have to pay some cash and hope the guy will take us across. And we're going to crank hard for 4 hours here and get it done. Right, Norm?
Yes.
Two rice cakes after the That's a way right answer, Jen. Get coffee. Get over here.
Yeah, the body's holding up, getting it done. Nothing's, you know, broken at the moment. The Achilles is really flared up, and more so on the verticals when I really feel it. The bike, it gets a rest, so that's been really good. And but my knees have been really hurting on the bike, so I've been just spinning up the hills. And but then they feel okay on the run, so they're sort of flip-flopping back and forth. Other than that, like, you know, it's just wear and tear. Toenails are all lifting off right now, but so I just have to watch my feet on the West Coast Trail, but I don't stub them on a rock because it's really gonna hurt. We had a couple of boulder slides and stuff up in Strathcona last night, which sort of hurt the ankles a little bit, so they're pretty tender sort of down here from having rocks fall on them and stuff. But all in all, you know, considering we've put 500K? Over 500K, I think, down. We're doing good. We're moving.
Finally, this long and grueling bike section is over. They've arrived at the coast.
Yay!
After the compulsory trail orientation session, they take a quick rest and do some foot care.
This one is a big blister, so you could actually pull that off right now. My toenails actually are good for once, which is excellent. And underneath this one as well could come off. Over here is my best combination in the world, sole flip-flops, or sorry, my sole footbeds and my Solomon XT wings. It's just killer combo for the feet. That with some Leuco tape on the heels, and yeah, my heels are holding up really nicely, so should be good.
Just before 3 p.m., I head out onto the trail with Jen, Norm, and Dawn.
Yeah, we're 250 on Wednesday, and we are about 100 meters into the famous West Coast Trail. We've got 75K to go, heading south, following the old life-saving line, and yeah, pretty pumped actually. Now that we're here and we can focus on this leg, this is going to be tough. You know, I think this is, from what I hear, the trail is going to be in the best shape it possibly could be in. But I mean, it's just wet and rooty and ladders, and I'm sure we're going to come out just completely muddy.
The first ladders come sooner rather than later, but the main ladder sections will await them at the far end of the trail, long after I have left Jen and crew. For the first hour or so, we move at a brisk walk, breaking our bodies into the rhythm.
The what, sorry?
First 33K is pretty easy.
The 33K is easy to take 5 hours. Bridge 4. 4 down. I have no idea how many in front.
Well, it's probably a good thing that she doesn't know, because there are still 146 more bridges ahead. Now that we're warmed up, Jen leads us into a steady jog, slowing to take care of our footing through the muddier sections.
Such tedious sections right now to do that, but it does make a difference.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
Finally, a good 12K along the trail, we hit the descent that will get us out of the forest and out onto the open coast for the first time.
That's awesome. Pretty spectacular.
But Jen's not feeling well. While Norm and Dawn and I eat, she lies flat on her back on the pebble beach.
I'm not feeling good, to be honest. I'm hoping it passes. I feel really acidic in my throat.
Jen's down for 3 whole minutes. I timed it. Then she's back up and repacking her pack.
We're about 1/3 of the way to the ferry crossing, and we hope to be there in 6 hours. So I don't want to be tight for 6 hours, but we just got to keep going and pushing through.
Where?
High, going high.
Oh yeah, there's 14 to, we're going to have to go 12 to 14 on the beach.
Oh, and then we go high.
We make our way across the mouth of Michigan Creek and then continue southward along the coast. We're exactly on high tide. The waves push us high up the beach, over the boulders, and along the driftwood.
Gorgeous out here.
But my time with them is up. I've already stayed longer than I had intended. I'll have to run most of the way back to make the trailhead just on dark, and then on into the town of Bamfield, where I'll stay the night.
All right, we'll travel safely back, and yeah, get back before the sun sets, eh?
You guys travel safely too, because you won't be back. No problem. All right.
Thanks for the company.
Okay, yeah.
Great.
I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Great.
I'll be following you by satellite.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
Jen, Norm, and Dawn made the Nitnat ferry crossing around midnight, but in the dark, they couldn't make contact with the ferry driver, who was up and waiting for them on the other side. The delay meant that they only finished the trail around 10 p.m. the next night. Jen and Norm continued straight on through to Victoria by bike, arriving there just after 5:30 in the morning on Friday, August 28th, within minutes of Jen's goal of 4 days to travel the entire 750 kilometers. What an inspiring woman.